Secretary of State Antony Blinken Thursday called on world leaders to tell Russia to stop using food as a weapon of war in Ukraine.
Enough. Enough using the Black Sea as blackmail. Enough treating the world's most vulnerable people as leverage. Enough of this unjustified, unconscionable war.
Last month, Russia withdrew from a UN-brokered deal that allowed Ukraine to safely export its grain from Black Sea ports. The move is raising concerns of a global food crisis. To discuss this in further detail, I am joined by Luke Coffey. He's a senior fellow at the Hudson Institute. Luke, help us understand exactly how grain is being used as a weapon in this war.
Well, since the beginning of the large-scale invasion last February, the amount of Ukraine's grain and other agricultural products that have been exported to many developing countries has been drastically decreased. Now, last year, Turkey was able to broker a deal that allowed the grain to continue to reach global markets, and this increased considerably and really helped to those developing countries, especially in Africa, to avert a major food shortage, a food crisis. But last month, Russia announced once again it is going to block all ships exporting Ukrainian grain, and even said that any ship they see entering a Ukrainian port, they will assume it is delivering weapons. So Russia is being quite bellicose with its statements and its posturing over the past few weeks.
And is it your sense, Luke, is it basically that Russia was reluctant to use this weapon at an earlier period in the invasion, but now it's just come to pass that they're going to use it now? Or is there something specific that might explain their behavior in some other way?
Well, Russia, in a diplomatic sense, knows that it has this tool that it can use to decrease or increase the pressure on Ukraine's partners to try to get Ukraine to get to the negotiating table. So when Russia feels like it, they make things difficult not only for Ukraine, but for other regions around the world. And then Moscow hopes that this pressure will eventually build on Kyiv and try to force them to the negotiating table. The reality is the only people that will suffer will be those in sub-Saharan Africa and other developing regions around the world that rely on all of this grain supplies from Ukraine. And it's unlikely that Ukraine is going to go to the negotiating table over this issue because they are fighting a war of national survival. And they're focused on their counteroffensive right now, and they want to keep up the pressure on the front lines. So I don't see a way that this is going to be resolved anytime soon unless Russia comes back to its senses and allows this grain to be exported.
And just to put a finer point on what you're saying, so Ukraine finding a workaround is not really, given all the other things on the minds of Ukrainian leaders, finding a workaround to solve this problem is not something that's urgent for them, or as urgent as it is for the countries that would be normally receiving this grain.
Well, certainly those who are expecting this grain need it desperately. Ukraine is not so much worried about finding a workaround that involves Russia's cooperation, but they are interested in finding a workaround to diversify the way they can export this grain. They've worked with many European countries to set up these so-called solidarity corridors, where grain is being exported now by rail, by river, by road. These are increasing week on week, but it still doesn't reach anywhere close to the capacity that you can have when you export by ship. So Ukraine is also dependent on the revenue from these grain exports. Let's not forget that after Russia invaded last year, almost 40% of Ukraine's GDP was wiped off. So any revenue it can generate, it's very welcome and it needs.
And finally, you mentioned Turkey that helped broker the original grain deal. Is there any role for Turkey to play in putting this back on the tracks?
Right now, Turkey is the only country that could probably get this back on track in some sort of multilateral diplomatic format. All eyes right now are on Ankara. President Erdogan was recently reelected. This is his last term in office as president, and he is acutely aware of his legacy and what it will be. And Turkey has this special historic role in the Black Sea region. That's why it took the initiative last year to try to broker the original grain deal. So I suspect behind the scenes, there's a lot of back and forth between Ankara and Moscow trying to get this deal back on track. We're not seeing it much publicly. They can almost guarantee it's happening behind closed doors.
Luke Coffey, Senior Fellow at the Hudson Institute. Thanks so much, Luke.
Thank you.